Okay, let's go.
He hit A. Alright, now we know.
Is that your sync?
That's my... It's gonna do the best I possibly can.
Somebody!
Stay nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll miss me. While I'm alone and blue as can be. Little dream of
So, what did you initially think of that first, opening cutscene?
I like how they showed more of like a PTSD kind of look to it, or at least I think that's what they're hinting at, where it's like normally when you play a shooting game, you're just thinking about getting the kills and I don't know, you're not thinking about like the actual acts that you're committing, but they very clearly are trying to show you like how awful war was and how messed up a lot of people that went through it.
And would you say, by that opening thing, you haven't even, really played the game yet, does that put you more into this campaign? Or does it just take you away and just kind of be like, okay?
I think for me personally, it puts me more into the campaign, because then I have a reason to care about my character and what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you would be as,
all over the world. So many of us think
involved and enthralled and immersed in this game if it didn't have that story thrown in your face?
I don't think so. I don't think because I wouldn't know what was happening. I wouldn't know what this battle was if I didn't have a story behind it, so it would just be like a task.
Mm-hmm. Now when you play, task is one thing right there you said. Do you play the game, when you're playing through the server right now, are you seeing it as a task that you have to complete and just get done? Or are you playing it as out of pure enjoyment, you want to do this and just all this kind of stuff?
It's enjoyment for me because I like video games and experiencing stories and things that I couldn't experience otherwise. So I find enjoyment in it, but I've definitely played a lot of games where it is a task, and someone right there when I was shooting on the minigun, that was kind of more of a task than anything else, because you're just standing there shooting people until the game directs you to move somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you don't have as much control. I'm on fire.
I was gonna say, well, you completely walked past the guy in the
Did I?
beginning. Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, you kind of need a mix of just standing there and getting something accomplished, and then it's oh, I did that, I'm moving on to the next part because I did a task that they wanted me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then mix that in with more of the story or something that you actually want to do. That makes sense.
Okay. With the visuals, what makes... Is it because the visuals are realistic, or is it just because they're pretty, or what about the visuals makes you get immersed in the game? Is it just personal liking, or is it the realism behind it?
I think it has a lot to do with realism, because if you see something that doesn't look real or that you can't really believe, then it's going to pull you out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if for example, the tank thing, they make it so that your vision's blocked off and it looks like what you would be looking at if you were in this shooter position of the tank.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was just the same screen as when you have a gun, then it's going to look completely different and kind of pull you out of it, and you're not going to believe that you're in a tank. So I think it's more of the fact that they make it feel realistic than anything else. And especially, I grew up playing video games, and video games weren't always this pretty, but I still could feel immersed in them if everything matched and looked realistic within the world. There wasn't anything that stuck out in the game that made it look like it didn't belong in the world. So I was able to believe the world, but it wasn't necessarily that it was just a really pretty game.
Okay. When you go into with the immersion of the game, do you have to be in the right mental state of just sitting down and be I'm gonna play this game, I'm gonna try and learn as much as I can about this game? Well, Barcelona did not make it too far.
No, I did not.
And you're back.
I'm back. Yeah, we got to get through this. Okay. I think it helps to be in the right environment. I usually try to be in the right environment. If I'm playing like a single player game, I don't really want people around me talking to me too much if I'm trying to hear the story. Oh, jeez.
I think this was the one.
Okay.
I think that killed everyone.
Yeah. But see, like this cutscene, like they have to do the fogginess for your vision, and then have the camera swinging around everywhere. Like,
They push.
sorry, I'm trying to actually be immersed now, so I'm gonna watch this.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Every once in a while, we push hard enough that the light breaks through the clouds, and a world beyond the war glimmers, just out of reach.